Okay. Take two.
Who's the leader of the pack? Bringing legacy to you. Legacy, it's true. Stand up, gear up, join the fight. We're as fierce as we can be. With grit and light, we claim the night. We're the legacy. Legacy Club. Legacy Club. Strong and unbreakable. Warriors with fire inside.
Wow. Man, oh man. Here we go. Here we go again. Oh, wow. Dedicated to the daily. Let me say that. I am dedicated to the daily and making sure there's a daily episode posted of this show. Welcome back to the Legacy Club. My name's Justin, a.k.a. the Portuguese Problem, a.k.a. the Menace of Madeira, a.k.a. the Azorian Nightmare. And let me tell you, nightmares, today has been a day. Well, yesterday and today. Now, chaos, guys. Chaos. I've just been dealing with it today. It's okay though. Here we are. We're back. This is the second go at recording right now. I something was dying and I plugged it in and it killed everything. It killed my camera. It killed my recorder. It stopped everything. What? Just what? What? But hey, we're okay. We're all right. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Rhodes is still awake. It's 1 a.m. I told you it was going to be a possibility. I told you it was going to be a possibility that there may be a child still awake and around when I'm recording. But hey, you know, it's real life, guys. It's real life. He seems to be under control. If you are strictly a podcast listener, you may be like, oh, well, there he goes. There goes Justin. He said he was going to go daily. And where's day two's podcast? Well, let me tell you where day two's podcast was. Day two's podcast was not updated across all the podcast platforms. It was up on the website. I got the video up on YouTube, but the audio on the RSS feed was not sent out to anywhere. And that was the last straw. That was the last straw with my now former podcast hosting plugin provider. Excuse me. I burp every episode, but I'm not gross about it. I try to be polite about it. But yeah, no, one too many times. They've done this before. They've done this before where I've like posted an episode and 15 hours later, it's still not up on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or anywhere else, Amazon Music. And that was it. That was the last straw. So goodbye, Blueberry PowerPress plugin. You guys suck. But you know who rules? Spotify. Spotify, our new host for this podcast. So shout out to Spotify for working with me and getting all the back end chaos configured. So moving forward, there will be, without issue, audio versions of this being updated daily. And I did stick to the daily. Go look at YouTube. I did it. I'm consistent. It's not my fault. It's their fault, Blueberry. So I guess if you're just listening to the audio version of this podcast, it's going to look like 2 episodes dropped on the same day. But one of those episodes should have been uploaded yesterday, or should have been updated yesterday. It was uploaded, but it wasn't updated. So, but hey, you know what? I'm glad that happened on episode 2 and not like episode 15 of this endeavor, because that would have been far more annoying. But hey, we got it figured out. We got it taken care of. Even with the crash, I'm still here. I'm still motivated. I'm still feeling it. It may be a shorter episode than, the last two, but that was always kind of the idea. Shorter daily episodes. So yeah, this might be one of those 30-minute, 45-minute bangers that I was talking about, but hey, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We'll see if Rhodes over there maintains his chill, which it doesn't look like it. Here he comes. Here he comes to rock our world. Hey, where you going? Where you going, Stompy? Oh, you're going to go poke at the dog? Okay, whatever. At least you're poking her and not me. Anyway. Whew, I am kerfluffled. Kerflaffled? Kerfluffed. I am feeling kerfluffed. Watching a 1-year-old walk around is like maybe one of the cutest things ever. Okay, hey, you here? What's going on, bro? You want to come say hi? Oh. Hello, my love. Oh, hello, my baby love. Oh, my son. At least show your beauteous face. Don't do that. There you go. Look at my boy. Look at my boy. Hi. Hello. Why are you awake? 1 a.m., fool. 1 a.m. Why are you doing this? Oh, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy, my friend. Okay, well, whatever. I'll hold you. And I'll still get this episode accomplished. Because that's life. That's my life. That's the life of a dadcaster. Is that a term that'll stick? I don't know. The headphone thing is kind of making this an issue. But hey, anyway. So about the last episode, I want to apologize for folks who aren't MMA or fight fans out there, because that was a whole hour of me just ranting and raving and rambling about the fight world, the fight game. If you got something to say, if you're not a fight fan or you weren't a fight fan, maybe I inspired you to check it out. I highly recommend it. Violence isn't necessarily for everybody, but you know what? There is a beauty to it. There is a beauty to violence, structured violence. Don't you think? Okay, fine. If you're going to be up here, be a co-host. Co-host this with me. There's nothing out there. Anyway. Yeah. So it's been one of those days where it just kind of feels like there's just nothing but bumps in the road, and you just got to you just put your fists up and, keep your guard up, keep it up, just protect your face, strike when you can. Hopefully it lands and you score some points. But like I said, we're not going to talk about fighting today because we did enough of that yesterday. And moving forward, I don't foresee there being like hour-long episodes where I just rant and rave about combat sports. There definitely will be times where leading up to fights I'm excited about that I'll still talk about going into the fight, and then post-fight I'll talk about like the results and how I feel about it and what I think is going to come next and stuff like that, but it won't be overwhelming like the last episode was. Yeah, so if you were into it, cool. If you weren't into it, thanks for coming back. Today I took some notes. I got to burp again. Why do I always have to burp? Excuse me. Why is that? Am I swallowing too much air when I'm trying to talk? Sometimes when I start talking, when I start speaking really fast, I think I swallow air. What do you think? Gonna be strong silent type today. Where was I going with all this? I don't know where I was going with any of it. But yeah. So a lot of behind the scenes on this episode. I'm really excited that I've transitioned from my old garbage hosting provider to Spotify being the host for this show. It just, yeah, I had a lot of confidence instilled in me speaking to Spotify support and getting all this lined up and taken care of. I don't foresee any issues arising moving forward, but if there are any, it's just part of the game, man. It's just part of it. It's just part of what we do as content creators, I suppose. Speaking of content creators, can I give a warm-hearted shout out to Traveling Around Disney? Todd from Traveling Around Disney. What a gem of a guy. My wife and I got to meet him during our most recent trip down to Disney World. He is just like, how they say don't meet your heroes because you'll be disappointed. Not to say that he's my hero, but he's definitely one of my wife and I watch a number of Disney vloggers while we're, having dinner or just kind of like throughout the day if we're hanging out on the couch together or whatever. Like when we're not out at Disney, we still like to take in as much Disney as we can. We're those people. We're Disney adults, which has a negative connotation sometimes with those out there who just don't get it. I mean, I get some of like I get some of the smack talk, I guess, a little bit, like people in their like 30s and 40s who are Disney adults, but like also seem to be anti having children and stuff. Like those people kind of confuse me a little bit, but all in all, I don't know what there isn't to love about Disney and like the Disney parks and movies and content and all that kind of stuff. We love it so much. And remember, if you are one of those like anti like Disney adult bashers, some of us do. Some of us do. Okay? Some of us train jujitsu and can choke you. Keep that in mind. Just, it's not a threat, but it's something to consider. Not all Disney adults are weirdos. Some of us are lethal weapons. Right? Right. Yeah. Right. Okay, good. Now, thank you for adding to the show, pulling your weight on this and being a co-host. Yeah, I took notes. I had things I wanted to talk about, and then everything just started going crazy. But yeah, shout out to Todd, Traveling Around Disney. Check out his YouTube channel. Wonderful dude. If you happen to cross paths with him at Disney or like any of the resorts or anything, like definitely say hey, because it's just a delight. When we saw him at the Contemporary, we were actually, it was the day that we have a vlog out on our Legacy of Leal channel. It was the one where we did the resort hopping and Disney Springs for Christmas. It's like it's the latest vlog episode we posted on our Legacy of Leal channel. We were sitting at the Contemporary, just like on the benches kind of nearby Chef Mickey's and the Fantasia store. And, we're just sitting there, and then I saw him kind of come around the corner, and like, I don't know, like a creep, I just looked at him, smiled, and just started waving like we were old pals, where I'm familiar with him, but he had no clue who I was. And I mean, look at me, like I got a face tattoo and stuff. You see somebody who looks like me just casually waving at you. I'm not sure what goes through one's mind when they see someone who looks like me just kind of confidently saying hello, but my wife saved the day by jumping up and going, oh, hey, we're travelers. That's, what supporters of his channel, that's what we call ourselves, travelers. Or that's what he calls us, fellow travelers. But yeah, like without hesitation, he walked over and just was like, hi. And that's when my wife saved the day and was like, we know who you are. So we got to chit chat a little bit, take a picture, and man, I don't know if a nicer dude exists on this planet. It's inspirational to me because I tend to be in, reality. Oh no. That's that cough. Remember when I mentioned we all had this cough we were fighting? That's it. That was it. You good, homie? Okay. Yeah, I know you want to touch the computer, but I would very much appreciate if you restrained hitting buttons. Yeah? Can you keep it together? You want to take this out and say what up? Oh, okay, cool. You're a tired boy. Go to bed. Go to bed. Go. Go to sleep. Now, sleep. What if that worked? Just blowing in his face, made him go to sleep. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm a kind of somewhat brash and crass individual. I look like a convict, maybe. But meeting guys like Todd, it's very inspirational to me to be friendlier. Friendlier. That is, yes. I do hope to be as friendly as he is. I try to be, at least. Should I crack open the notes and see if I can talk about some things? Is your hair in your face? No, you were just such a tired boy. Look at you. Do you want me to take you upstairs and see if we can lay you back down? Yeah? Okay, let's give it a shot. Or do you want to stay here? You're getting heavy, I'm not going to lie. Uh-huh. You're the boss. You tell me what you want to do. Okay, put that there. Okay, you want to talk? You going to be a co-host? Okay. I love you. Oh, you're so tired. Okay, let's go get you in bed, okay? All right. Time out. Hold on a sec. I'll be right back. The cut is going to make it look like it was instant. But in reality, this may take a minute. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's go see if we can lay you down. Yeah. Uh-huh. And put those there. All right, folks. Be right back. How do I do this? We're like trapped. Okay, let's go underneath. Oh, okay. I don't know what I'm going to put there. Maybe a music break? I don't know. Hold on. Out of breath. Look at this. Look at that. Remember like the McDonald's cups that they used to do? This is one of those for Typhoon Lagoon. We used to have the whole set, but one of our children, I think, broke one of them. I don't remember which one they broke. I think it might have been Magic Kingdom. Anyhow, I'm going to be out of breath for a hot second. Woo, that boy was heavy. I don't know how much he weighs, but more than I care to hold for. How long did I hold him for? How long have we been doing this? 20 minutes? Oh my gosh. I guess I wasn't holding him the whole 20 minutes, but that's Rhodey. That's my sleep-challenged child at the moment. He's been pretty good the last couple nights, as you can tell. He hasn't made appearances in the last couple episodes, but today, this is more accurate to like what we do, what we go through every day. I was electrocuted today. That was a thing. we have these so our house was built in the 1950s, early 1950s. So we have these wall heaters that, granted, are probably not the safest things in the world. Like house fires and like kids running around, stuff like that. But they are far more effective for our house than our central heating unit, which just does not do the trick. I think I gotta get it checked out, but that means I gotta spend money, and I don't care to do that. But Rhodes, his brother Maverick, yeah, that problem child of ours, he threw a crayon in one of our heaters down here in our living room, and I took it apart and was cleaning it out, and at some point I discovered there was a crayon in it because when I turned the heater on, it started to stink and it was kind of smoking, and I was like, oh well, here's the house fire. But upon further inspection, I saw pink dripping within the heater, and well, lo and behold, he threw a pink crayon in there. So today I was trying to like clean it out, and I got the crayon out and I got most of it out, but like what had melted onto the heating component or whatever, it wasn't chipping off the way I needed it to. So I turned the heater on to get it to melt a little bit, thinking that'd be like an easier way to get it cleaned off. And the thing I was using to scrape, I didn't really consider it being metal and it being an electric heater. So there was a pop, and a sensation ran through my body, and I laid on the floor for a little while. My arm stopped tingling though, so that's pretty good. I think I'm okay. Time will tell. We'll see. But yeah, I'm not super bright. I'm very smart, but I'm not bright. Does that make sense? Yeah, maybe it makes sense. Maybe it doesn't. Who knows? Who really knows? Who cares? I don't. Maybe that's part of the effects of being shocked. What were we talking about before I had to take Rhodey up? Hopefully he's going to stay in bed. Hopefully. We'll see. I got some other things. I got some cleanup I got to do now with, some stuff on the back end, transitioning over to Spotify. Yeah. So I'll be up for a bit, which is exciting. Let's see. Okay, we talked about I'm not going to talk about fighting. We talked about how I'm not going to talk about fighting. We talked about how traveling around Disney rules. Todd is awesome. Yeah. I'm just gonna open the notes and I'm just gonna tap into what I had originally anticipated talking about, and burn through that, and then maybe call this one a wrap. But hey, again, if you're just strictly an audio listener, you're gonna have 2 episodes in one day. Exciting. The other episodes all fight related. So if you're not an MMA fan or a combat sports fan, yeah, that one might be a little sluggish to get through for you. But give it a shot. Give it a shot. What's keeping you from being, a fan of UFC? The violence? It's no more violent than football. I mean, it might be a lot more violent than football, but football's pretty, violent within itself. Speaking of martial arts, on, when was it? I think it was January 2nd. It was the day before my birthday. I text my jiu-jitsu coach. Well, he's just kind of my coach in general, like just, like striking. If I want to train some striking, like he'll train that with me, but he's primarily my jiu-jitsu coach at the moment, given that's what I'm more focused on right now anyway. I text him and I was like, "Hey coach, I turned 39 tomorrow. And let's see. The way I worded it was fun. I said, I turned 39 tomorrow and I'm feeling it. So, 2025, do whatever you need to do. Like talk some smack, hurt my feelings, just keep me consistent, keep me in line, keep me in check, keep me focused. just be relentless, be on top of me to like not give out like physically, because I really doing jujitsu is so like mentally and emotionally stabilizing for me that when I fall out of sync, I just fall out of sync with kind of everything in life. Because when you're fighting people off of like trying to fight them away from choking you unconscious, the rest of your problems throughout the day don't feel as offensive. You know what I mean? Like, hey, our refrigerator isn't running right. Well, you know what? Nobody's strangling me right now, so so in actuality, this problem's not that big of a deal. I'm not going to go unconscious because I got to get somebody to come out and fix our refrigerator again, which that's true. Uh, so I said that to him, and he just responded with Nature Boy going woo. So maybe that was the wrong thing to say to him, because I think he got like really excited to be a bully towards me. But that's what I need. I need him to bully me so I can stay mentally sound. Whatever. We're getting too far into fight talk. Well, okay, let's just touch on some rando things. I've been getting caught up on the the Marvel What If series on Disney Plus. Man, I love that so much. I loved reading the What If comics growing up, just whenever they had like a cool run of like what if stories. I gravitated to those so much. And if you don't know what if is within the Marvel universe, what if is exactly what the title implies. It's like, what if Steve Rogers wasn't the one who got the super soldier serum? What if it wasn't Bruce Banner who got gamma irradiated? It was what's his name, something Jones. What if Tony Stark never got the arc reactor in his chest? Like just kind of all these kind of things, and it shows you a storyline that could have happened but didn't. But in the Disney Plus series, it's more correlated to the end of what happened in Avengers Endgame, where they went back in time and blah blah blah, and you know how Loki took the Tesseract and disappeared and branched off, and you know him doing that, or them playing with time travel and him getting away, took the prime timeline and splintered it off into like a bunch of variant possibilities. So they did a show of what ifs, spawning off that one moment, causing all these what if timelines and what if realities. So it's less what ify and more like what else. a good title for that series on Disney Plus should be called What Else, because now that Loki did that, what else is happening in this now multiverse? What was once seemingly a single timeline is now multiple timelines, and now this is what's going on, all over the place. And that's all going to come to, it played into the Loki series. It played into, I guess, Spider-Man No Way Home, and it definitely played into Deadpool Wolverine, and it's definitely going to culminate into what they're teasing us with now, the Secret Wars and Doomsday Avenger movies that are down the line, where we're going to get, supposedly we're going to get, I've heard rumors about like Hydra, Captain America, Robert Downey Jr.'s coming back to play Doctor Doom, but is he going to be Victor Von Doom? Or because it's Robert Downey Jr. playing this character, is it going to be an alternate version of Iron Man? Like, it's going to be cool. I'm excited. I'm excited that Marvel has seemingly gotten their act together again. And I'm glad that, like, it feels like we're landing in a world again where storytelling is going to start taking precedent over inclusivity, if that makes sense. I mean, I guess you could hear that and take it like a couple different ways. Like, I don't have issue with liberties being taken with stories. I want the story itself to be good. You know? Like, I don't want like a girl power Marvel movie just for the sake of having a all female team led movie or whatever. Like, that doesn't like, if the story isn't good and cohesive and coherent and aligned with everything else that's happened up to this point in the MCU, like, I don't like pandering. You know, I don't enjoy, like, okay, we need a hero of this ethnicity or this gender or this orientation to have representation. Like, no, just give us good stories. Give us solid characters. Give us good storylines. Give us things that make sense and get us excited for the bigger picture. You know what I mean? Star Wars is guilty of that too. Star Wars is guilty of that, and a very good example of that was the Obi-Wan series. Now, the Obi-Wan series I thought was pretty remarkable, and it was really good, with the exception of the antagonist. Now, if you had issue, so the antagonist was a woman who was tied in with the Empire, and she was supposed to be like, I guess, one of their enforcers or something, but her acting, in my opinion, was so subpar that anytime she was on screen, it was just like, there was no one else better suited for this role. Like, no one else auditioned who didn't feel like they were acting. But then you say things like that, and because she was a woman and an African American woman, if you had any sort of criticism towards that character, well, you were either sexist or racist. That was the only reason why that character didn't resonate with you, because you are some sort of bigot. And it's like, no, I just don't think that this role was right for this actor. That's it. They did not do, their performance didn't match up to the performances of everyone else on screen with them. That was it. That was that. But because I felt that way, I must be some horrid individual. If you haven't watched the Obi-Wan series, check it out, especially if you're like a fan of the OG Star Wars trilogy and, the prequels too. There's definitely some prequel. There's quite a bit of prequel-ness to it. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone who hasn't watched it, but the character in question that I'm talking about, the poor acting aside, I really enjoyed, like, the backstory of the character, the origin of the character, the motivations of the character, and how the character proceeded, how their story arc developed. I just didn't like the acting. I just didn't. it wasn't good. It wasn't good. So I don't know, man. Um, and then like I didn't see the Marvels. I didn't watch that one just because I was very disinterested. Captain Marvel, that movie was just okay. You know, it was not anything that stood out within the other uh, MCU movies and MCU series. It just wasn't, it was okay. It was it was part of a greater story. So when I watched it and when I took it in as okay, we need, I mean, Carol Danvers and Miss, well, I guess in the comics she was at one point Miss Marvel, but she's Captain Marvel from the jump in the MCU. Uh, it was just very, we needed her for the story, for the greater story, and yeah, Carol Danvers definitely deserves a movie. She definitely deserves like a place within the MCU because she has such a relevant and prevalent place within the comics. So it made sense that she would be introduced and included in the cinematic universe. But it was just okay. It was all right, It was worth seeing once. I saw it twice. I could have been happy just seeing it once. Um, and then like her presence was kind of lacking. Like she wasn't in Infinity War, but that was kind of the whole thing because her movie came out after Infinity War, and that was the big reveal at the end of Infinity War, right before Nick Fury gets Thanos snapped away. He gets his little pager and like summons her. But then in Endgame, she was like a hologram for a second. Well, she showed up at the beginning. Cool. All right. She saved Tony Stark. Awesome. That was a good way to bring Tony back to Earth. She helped find Thanos. She helped kill Thanos initially, like that, in the beginning of Endgame. And then she was gone. She had no place in the story or the movie anymore until the very, like, the end battle. Here she comes, arguably overpowered. Arguably overpowered. Whatever. That tends to happen sometimes in from page to screen. But I mean, she wasn't iconic. I'm going to say that. She did not have an iconic presence. She just had a presence. And with her being so overpowered, I mean, and they did kind of touch on it too. They were like, War Machine was like, where have you been? Like, we're all about that superhero life, but where have you been? And she said, there's a lot of other planets out there who don't have you, who don't have Avengers. And it's like, okay, cool. I accept that. I accept that she's a one-woman guardian of the universe, and that's cool. All right, I can accept that. But then, like, I don't know. To me, it didn't set up for, like, a needed sequel. And then the sequel, again, I didn't see it, so I can't really speak much upon like its quality. But in the comic books, Miss Marvel, the new Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, in the comics, she is an Inhuman, not a mutant. There's a whole nother like division of superpowered beings, or superheroes who, given powers via gamma radiation, spider bites, super soldier serums, enhanced armors, what have you. But and this is controversial to say, even in like the comic books. I mean, I get a lot of flack for saying stuff like this, but it's true. Like it's true. Okay. And I think, and you know what? It's true. And Stan Lee backed it up. Stan Lee even said this. He said that, why? Okay. So see, in the world we live in this, like wokey, nonsensical culture we live in, saying this is going to spark debate with social justice yahoos. Stan Lee even said that the reason that mutants exist in the comics was because he got tired of trying to find different ways to give people superpowers. Look it up. Not making it up. It is what it is, and it makes sense. When you are running a comic book company and you're needing to produce new superheroes to maintain relevancy and maintain interests in these books, how many people are going to get bit by spiders? How many people are going to get blasted by gamma rays? How many people are going to have super soldier serums? How many people are going to be wizards? Like, it gets to a point where you can't like repeat the same I'm losing it. My mind is spinning and my mouth is not able to keep up with it. You're going to have to, it's going to be hard to find, you can't make 50 new characters with 50 new ways of getting superpowers. It's challenging, and why do that when you can just be like, oh, they were born that way. Oh, okay, they're mutants. They have something within their genetics where at some point in their life, their mutant gene kicks in and bada bing, they got powers. It's from birth. It's within their genetics. They have these abilities. Yeah, it makes sense. Cool. What an awesome loophole to have an infinite amount of superhero possibilities, and you just go, yeah, they were born that way. This guy was born with laser beams shooting from his eyes. This guy was born with claws that pop out of his fists. This person was born with this genetic anomaly where as they get older, they mutate into a blue monster. Like, okay, awesome. But then you got people like, and this is part of it. This does play into it. Like, it is, there is like a civil rights connotation to it all because, regular humans are anti-mutant because they're afraid of them or blah, blah, blah. It's like, there's like racism that can play, like it could be an analogy for racism, and it's an analogy for like the civil rights movement and all blah, blah. Yeah. Okay, cool. That's all in there too. But why they initially existed wasn't because of that. You could incorporate all that, but that's not what triggered the X-Men. What triggered the X-Men was, I don't want to think of more ways to give people superpowers. And then on the other side of that, another way to not have to invent ways to give people superpowers is they're Inhumans. And Inhumans, the Terrigen Mist came and washed over people, and people with this inhuman, another genetic abnormality, once they got engulfed in the Terrigen Mist, they cocooned and emerged a new being, kind of. They emerged with new abilities, new physical appearances, new physical abilities, new whatever. It's another way to give people powers without having to think of new ways to give people powers. Okay? So, I digress. Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, in the comics, she's an Inhuman who is like stretchy. Like, she's not Mr. Fantastic stretchy. She can do other things, like she can make her fists real big, she can stretch, she's elasticy kinda, you know what I mean? But then in the MCU in the show, she had like, if I'm remembering this correctly, and I'm sure there's people who are going to want to correct me, but whatever. I started the show, I didn't finish the show because it was so different from the source material. And in this day and age of like comics, comic content from the page to the screen, if you're going to diverge from the source material that much, make a new character. You know what I mean? If you're going to make Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, make her the way that she's in the book. But the Kamala Khan in the MCU, she's a mutant now. And she also has like enchanted bracelets or whatever they were. No. Like I wanted to watch that show to see the character from the book. And once she's not the character from the book, I lose interest. And that was that. And given that the sequel to Captain Marvel is the Marvels and she's one of the characters, I wasn't interested in her show. I'm not really going to be necessarily interested in her in a movie. And then we had Monica Rambeau, Photon? Okay, that was cool. She was cool in WandaVision, but she wasn't cool enough for me to like want to go watch more Carol Danvers and Kamala Khan. Like it is what it was. You know, it wasn't for me. And I think that's totally fine. I think things cannot be for everyone. But in this day and age, if certain things aren't for you, it must be because you're bigoted in some way. Like, choke down this subpar content or you're a bad person. Okay. Okay. I also didn't like She-Hulk very much. Just saying. Wasn't, you know, it just wasn't, it didn't vibe with me. I didn't care for Matt Murdock's appearance in She-Hulk. I understand Matt Murdock's appearance in She-Hulk because given, you know, they're both attorneys, like, yeah, I could see them crossing paths, but like they had this like romantic kind of thing develop between them, and that just made me go like, hey, Matt, what about Karen and what about Elektra? Like, you're just hopping in the sack with Green Lady. I mean, you don't know she's green because you're blind. But I don't know. It was just nonsense. It was nonsensical to me. And then like one of the last episodes, she's twerking with whatever her name is, that rapper chick. Like, why? I don't want to see She-Hulk twerking. Like, that's just stupid. It's dumb. It was, to me, a disservice to the character. But again, you say things like that, it's because you're some sort of monster. I don't know. I didn't actually like want to spin off into all of that. Like, we ended up here with the What If. So I'm just going to go back to What If. What If it rules. I like that show. I'm at the end of season 2. They just released season 3 not too long ago. So I'm really excited to see you know, what more they have to offer. Yeah. Speaking of the multiverse, though, apparently, there's some sort of like, there's like super quantum computers out there now that exist that are said to be able to solve problems that would take either an average computer or a human longer. By the time the problem could be solved by, and I could be getting this wrong, and I might be butchering this, but I'm not going to care to look it up right now at 2 o'clock in the morning. Long story short, there are problems that these quantum computers can solve that would take non-quantum computers the lifetime of our universe. Our universe would die of heat death before being able to solve these problems. And these quantum computers can solve these problems within like minutes. And they're theorizing that they're able to solve these problems within minutes because they're pulling information from other universes, like proving the multiverse. Like they're theorizing that the only way that these quantum computers can solve these problems is by not only taking all the information within all the known information within our universe, but somehow tapping into parallel universes and utilizing information from there. I don't know how it's working, and this is just what I've heard, and I'm not a bright guy. Remember, I said that earlier. I got electrocuted today. I'm not a bright guy. But this is what I took in hearing about this, and that's freaking me out, man. Because the multiverse could like theoretically could be proven already. Why isn't that being discussed more? Like, what? We're so captivated and worried about, like, you know, as we should be, like, who's going to be running the country for 4 years. Yeah, that's something that we should pay attention to and should be invested in. But just like these crazy car-sized drones flying out of the ocean and into space, like there's a multiverse. Like can we all kumbaya and get together and hold hands and collectively be like, like the right and the left be like, hey, you think this way, I think that way, but aren't we both kind of marveled by this revelation that the multiverse might be real? Not even might be real, but probably is real, probably has been proven. Because I have questions. I have questions. In this multiverse, is it the kind of multiverse where there's another me? Is this the kind of multiverse where there's another you? Is there a better you in this multiverse? Is there a better me in this multiverse? I'd imagine so. And if there is, I kind of resent him. Like, well, what makes you better than me? What makes you a better me than me? Why are you the better Justin? Because I mean, how did you end up different? Did your parents not die when you were a kid? Sorry, I didn't mean to take that dark, but that's my reality. My parents died when I was a kid and formed who I am today. Like that sent me on a life path that made me me. So in the multiverse, like, are my multiversal parents still there and they got to raise that multiverse version of me and it turned out better? Maybe it turned out worse. I don't know. And it kind of makes me want to go all Nathaniel Richards and start hopping to these different universes and taking out the other me's because I need to be the only one. Sorry. That was the electric shock talking. Not really. Nathaniel Richards, Reed Richards' dad, did do that though. He was like, no, I'm the only one. And he went to the other multiverses and like, off to the other hymns because he had to be the best hymn. And if I remember correctly, he turned out to be Kang the Conqueror, like at some point, I think. Is the multiverse me? Like, am I ruling the world in one of these other? Like, how many is it an infinite number of multiverses? Because if it is an infinite number of multiverses, one of these universes has to be like, I was able to bend humanity to my will, like I so desperately wish I could do. Again, that's the electric shock talking. You want me to go back talking about fighting? It's a lot less crazy than this. Yeah, but I don't know, man. there just seems to be a lot of things coming into play on the 25th of this month. By the way, I think it's the 25th. Let's see when this is going to happen, because this is also another thing that's very real. The apparently the planets are going to align. Let's see, planet alignment 2025. January 2025. Let's see. What's up? NASA science. Let's go to science.nasa.gov. That's what we do here. We talk about people beating each other up and planetary alignments. Oh, gnarly. One of them was on my birthday. Watching highlights. January 3rd. There was a quadrant meteor shower. January 13th, the moon occults Mars. For skywatchers in the continental U.S. and eastern Canada, the moon will appear to pass in front of Mars this evening. Times vary by location, so check your favorite skywatching app for details. Okay. January 17th and 18th, Venus and Saturn conjunction. Over a couple weeks, the two planets come within just a couple of finger widths distance apart in the sky, about 2 degrees. They're at their closest on the 17th and 18th. Okay. All month. Oh, here we go. All month. 4 planet. Okay, no, wait. That's just 4 planet visibility. Okay, hold on. This is not what I thought it was going to be. What planets are aligning in January 2025? This is simply an alignment of planets as seen from the ground here on Earth, and they haven't moved towards each other in any significant way. Moving from left to right, you'll see Venus and Saturn close together when it gets dark. Oh. See, I thought it was going to be something much more. Every year on January 25th. Wait, that's something else. What day will the planets align? Oh, this is saying on March 8th, 2025, Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, Venus, Neptune, Saturn, and Mercury will be aligned in the sky. In this parade, Mercury will join the previously aligned planets. Additionally, a crescent moon may appear in the sky during this event, adding to the visual spectacle. Oh, okay. See, when you're such like a supernatural fan, like I am, you think planets aligning are it's gonna open like a gateway to hell or something. It's far less interesting than that. So never mind. Back to the multiverse. I want to know more about that, but I'm just so disenchanted by humanity that I don't think necessarily anybody else that sparks a lot of interest. There's not enough controversy in the idea of the multiverse being real to get general humans to care. There's not enough you can argue about, I guess. Because that's all anybody cares about, right? People just want to troll and they just want to cause controversy, and they just want to be ugly. Speaking of, and this is something that this touches in on a couple things for me. Apparently, at a new, let's look this up too, because I want to be accurate, because this peeved me in a way that I don't know if it peeved other people, but let's see. So, this is from Disneyland News Today. After many voiced criticisms of the company, Disney has removed the AI artwork from Mataliota's Somewhere Beyond, the Haunted Mansion gift shop at Disneyland. Why? 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 What was the problem? The gift shop opened in late December 2024 as part of a larger project that reimagined the queue and grounds at the Haunted Mansion. Eagle-eyed, yeah, call him Eagle-Eye. I got other things I want to call him. Eagle-eyed fans were quick to spot that one portrait of the bride was a piece of art from Redbubble, seemingly made by AI. What? Who cares? Hey. Who cares? Who cares? Do you care? Do you really care? Because guess what? I don't care. It's a piece of art on the wall. AI generated or not, it's just a piece of decor in a gift shop. Like, what? Look at the hoodies, homie. Go get yourself a spirit jersey. Pick up a Christmas ornament. Get a keychain. Find your name. Find Debbie on a little doom buggy and put it on your backpack and get out. What are you doing? Like, okay, look at the artwork. Look at all of the artwork. Just take it in. You're gonna see one and go like, what? That I think that one was AI generated by so and so. So what? AI made a cool rendition of a character from the ride, and that's a problem. Why? Thanos was right, guys. Thanos was right. And Hail Hydra, dude. Thanos was right. Anybody out there who had any qualm with this random, and you know what? When you look at the picture of where this piece of art was, it was up there. It's not like eye level. It's not prominently displayed. From the photos of where it was in this gift shop was like up in the corner. like just to fill space. So for anyone to be that focused on a corner of a room in a place where they're trying to sell you fun knickknacks for a cool ride, if that's where your focus is, you should be dust. Like, I don't understand. You're going to take your time at the happiest place on earth to cry and moan about a piece of insignificant wall filler? I would love to snap you into ashes. Like, that's crazy. And the fact that they took it down is crazy too, because if I was the president of Disneyland or whatever that guy's job is, CEO of Disneyland, whatever, you know who I'm talking about. If you're like a diehard Disney, like, I know he exists. I don't know his name, so I'm diehard. I'm not diehard. But here's how you handle. Here's how this should have been handled. Oh, we don't. That's AI generated. Why it shouldn't be? Hey. Shut up. Take your complaining mouth, go fill it with a churro, and go ride Big Thunder. Shut up. Kills me, man. It kills me. Like, I want to know who complained. Like, were they Disney vloggers? Because you got to be the kind of person that's like there a lot to, one, notice that piece of artwork, and two, notice it to a point to where like you recognize it from somewhere else, and then complain about it. To have anything to say about it. I just would snap you out of existence. It's like, this is what I'm saying. I'm not nice. You know what I mean? I would say this to their faces. I just don't know what faces to say this to. Can't be like Todd in this situation where I'm just a happy, friendly dude that's just like, oh yeah, how you doing? I'd be like, hey, shut up. Hit you in the face with popcorn. I shouldn't feel like one of the more sane people in the world. That's a problem. That's a problem when I feel like I make more sense than than anybody else. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, it's the same people. It's the same people in Magic Kingdom when Sleepy Hollow, when that restaurant Sleepy Hollow changed the waffle for the chicken and waffles. They changed the waffle from a generic basic waffle with chicken strips and like let's be real, a not real good coleslaw. I mean, the chicken and waffles used to be fine. It was fine. They swapped out the waffle, got rid of the coleslaw, and now the waffle is a fluffy Mickey waffle. Yo, I'm at Magic Kingdom. I want a Mickey waffle. You hand me a normal waffle at Magic Kingdom, it's not very Disney-ish. If I'm paying Disney price premiums for waffles at Disney, they better be in the shape of Mickey Mouse. And they did it. Good. Thank you. And I had it. I had it back in the end of August. And guess what? It was good. It's highly enjoyable. I enjoyed it very much. Wait, did I have it in August? It might have been February. I don't know. No, maybe it's August. It wasn't the most recent time we went to Disney. It was one of the 2 prior times we went to Disney World. But A, they got rid of the gross coleslaw. Awesome. And B, the chicken flavor itself, I say, is much better. It's not like it used to be too sweet and too sticky. It's no longer that way. But, people always got to complain about something. Just shut up and eat the waffle or go get a corn dog. They got corn dogs there too. Don't get the chicken and waffle, get the corn dog. Problem solved, right? But then they're going to change the corn dog into Mickey shaped, and then you're really going to be pissed. Oh, no. I really feel like, because like I said, my wife and I do watch a lot of like other like Disney vloggers and, whatever. Not too many Disney podcasts, but some, but mostly Disney vloggers. And it's like, my wife is very kind-hearted and accepting and just wants everybody to feel nice and whatever. Me, on the other hand, I'm a little more like, stop the nonsense. Stop it. You're worried about a waffle? You're worried about a waffle. Go watch Country Bears. Shut up. Get the corn dog. Go watch Country Bears. Just get out of here. Stop complaining. Complain about things that matter. Complain about things that matter, like, why on earth are they putting a Cars Land in Magic Kingdom? That's the kind of thing you should be upset about. Because I don't want a Cars Land in Magic Kingdom. Especially if you're going to be, like, draining the rivers of America. And you're going to get, supposedly, maybe getting rid of the, like, lagoon there. Look, I haven't, like, taken a ride on the Liberty Bell. But now, but if in the future I'm not able to, that's going to bother me. That's going to bother me. I guess to close out this episode, another weird thing that I read today was scientists are theorizing that your mind might enter alternate dimensions when you dream. They don't know what dreams are. Isn't that weird? Like they can't really like figure out what dreaming is. I mean, it's brain activity while you're asleep. Yeah, okay, sure. Baseline, basic. Yeah, I get it. But like the operation and functionality of dreams, why we dream, all those kind of things, It's still a mystery. And some scientists are theorizing like you might enter an alternate dimension when you dream. Are you crossing over into the multiverse? Is this like what was that? Was that Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness? Where Wanda was able to like inhabit the body of a Wanda in another universe so she could be with her kids? Like when you dream, are you just living? Are you mind melding with another multiversal version of you? Are you like living their life? Like when you fall asleep in this reality, is your dream actually you waking up in another reality and inhabiting the body of a you in a parallel dimension? And like here, they say alternate dimension, but what's the difference between alternate dimension and multiverse? Because when I think dimensions, I think like 2D, 3D, like the dimensions of things. But I guess a dimension could also be, a parallel or universe or whatever, right? I feel like people use that concept interchangeably. But how interesting, you know what I mean? And then like, because like there's a people who could like lucid dream. So if you're lucid dreaming, in theory, that's you being able to control what happens in your dream. But does that mean you just cognizantly are able to take over the body of a parallel you? Are our days and nights flip-flopped? So with that theory, when we're awake and they go to sleep, are they like hitchhiking our subconscious? And when people are like they do something out of character, they do something weird and they're like, I don't know why I did that. Is that because the parallel version of them took control for a minute and like was in the driver's seat? Oh no. I'm freaking myself out, man. But that's interesting. That's really, I wonder how you would test that. I wonder how that theory could be expanded upon. Like, how do you research that? And then how do you research the whole like quantum computer multiverse tapping in kind of idea too? And there's aliens, man. There's aliens coming. The planets aligning means nothing. The planets lining up, completely irrelevant. But we got aliens and multiverses and possible dimension hopping in your dreams. Maybe I should just stick to talking about combat sports. Because yesterday's episode was very grounded in comparison to today. Woo! LealLegacy.com. Go on over to LealLegacy.com and scope out all the other fun content we have available for you. Did you know at LealLegacy.com we have over 400 cartoon commentaries? I talk over 400 different classic cartoons. Bet you didn't know that. Or you did. Yeah, there's more than this podcast on this YouTube channel. So go scope out our cartoon commentaries. It's a lot less woo-woo and off the wall than the podcast is. It's just me, commenting on this guy. That's going to be the thumbnail for those of you watching. Maybe. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Mickey's great. I do love Mickey, but Oswald is better. There is no Mickey without Oswald. Did you know there's a hidden Oswald at Magic Kingdom? I got video of it. It's going to be in our vlog over on our Legacy of Leal channel. I got to put more focus into editing those videos. But my focus right now has been this daily podcast thing. And, with the kerfluffle that I had to deal with today, I'm standing up, by the way. The thing I had to deal with today, I'm glad I got that out of the way. And things are just kind of, it's a period of leveling out right now. And again, I thought I was going to do like a 30-minute, 45-minute episode, and here we are at an hour 15. Special thanks to Rhodes for making an appearance and co-hosting for a minute. But yeah, like I said, go to leallegacy.com. Go check out the 400 cartoon commentaries we have up there. If you're not interested in that, then go scope out our POV ride-alongs on our Legacy View channel. There aren't too many on the Legacy View channel, but before the inception, is that the right word, of the Legacy View channel, I did a lot of POV ride-throughs of various Disney rides on this channel. So you can go look those up. I think they were called ride-alongs or ride-throughs. Yeah, ride-throughs. I don't know. They're somewhere on the channel. But if you go to leallegacy.com, you can find it right there on the main page. And then our family vlog channel, Legacy of Leal, there's going to be a lot more content coming there. I just have to go ahead and edit. But while you're waiting for those edits, you can go check out the commentaries. And on top of the 400 cartoon commentaries we have, I've also done commentary on some full-length animated features, Disney animated features. So you can find commentary. It's like DVD commentary. You know how they have like the special features on DVDs where the director or the actors like talk over the movie? Well, it's me talking over the movie. And so far I've done Snow White, Pinocchio, and Fantasia. Before I did the commentary on the movie itself, like on our website, you can go to the commentary section, go to Disney animated features. You can see Snow White, Pinocchio, Fantasia lined up. Hit play and watch the movie with my chit chat over it. Or before I figured out how to do it that way, I did podcasts where I called them watch-alongs, where we watch the movie together. We hit play simultaneously, and I do my commentary in sync with the movie as it plays. And I did up through Sleeping Beauty with those. I personally prefer the commentary over the movie itself, but I didn't figure out how to do that until more recently. So you could go and check out the watch-alongs and watch like Three Caballeros with me. You could watch Peter Pan, Alice in Wonderland, Dumbo, Cinderella, all the way up to Sleeping Beauty. So bunch of cool stuff up there, bunch of cool content. Or keep up with what we got going in real time on our social media pages. Facebook, Instagram, X, all of them. All the social media platforms. It's just at Leal Legacy. Leal Legacy. Oh, I don't have my ring on right now, so you can actually see. Leal. Should probably put my ring on. I am a married man after all. Pink. Pow. Okay, so that's that. Oh, and then, if you like what we're doing here, if you like what I'm doing, and you want to show some support beyond taking in the content, visit our web store. You can find that also at leallegacy.com. Just go down to Legacy Club Clothing. What is it exactly on the website? Let's find out. I got to delete this. Hold on. I tried to upload yesterday's episode twice because it didn't work the first time. And it didn't work the second time, so it's just annoying. But I got it figured out. Everything's fine. I'm going to get this camera shake thing too figured out. The desk I'm using to record on, I think if I sat down, this would be more stable, but hopefully it doesn't bother you. And if it does bother you, look, I'm working on it. I'll fix it. Yeah, second big banner down, Legacy Club Clo. Click shop now and go scope out everything we got in our web store. I gotta update it though. I don't like how it looks at the moment, but we got a bunch of stuff. Right now, my big kick is just, taking our logo and various like iconically Leal Legacy things and, doing them with different patterns and stuff. But we have what I call a Disnerd collection with apparel that's all inspired by Disney things. We got a Dead Men Tell No Tales shirt, long sleeve and short sleeve. We got Mickey and Minnie ears with Disney font Legacy underneath. We got our Legacy fists. We got our little Lucky Leal character. Lucky Leal is like our Mickey Mouse. He's our mascot. So we got him up there wearing some Mickey ears. Got a Mickey Mouse version of Deadpool that I call Dizpool. We got an Epcool Summer Epcot inspired shirt. We got a Tasia inspired shirt. It's a hippo wearing a tutu. Fantasy of Tomorrow. It's like a futuristic-y 80s-y version of Cinderella's Castle. Ooh, we got From Regions Beyond. That design. It's our Madame Leota Haunted Mansion inspired design. We got our ice scream, like scream. We got our ice cream bar design, which is a Mickey bar with the chocolate melting off and the ice cream is a skull. We got our Monroe design, which is Marilyn Monroe wearing some mini ears. We got our Monsketeer design, which is like a Frankenstein looking monster wearing, some Mickey ears. Pleasure Island Punks. I forgot about a lot of these designs, honestly, and I think they're pretty cool. Pleasure Island Punks. We got shirts, we got tees and long sleeves. You know what Pleasure Island is from Pinocchio? It's a boy, like part of his face is donkeyfied because when you go to Pleasure Island, you're a bad boy. You turn into a donkey. We got our Maleficent inspired design, our Sleep Tight design. It's like my take on Maleficent. Like imagine if Vampira was cast as Maleficent. That's what that design is. And then what else? What's the last page? We got our Stranded on Space Mountain tee. We got our Sunset Earth tee, which is another Epcot inspired design, and our Take a Bite tee, which is a Snow White inspired design. And Stranded on Space Mountain and Take a Bite, both of those also have songs, music that go along with the shirt. You want to see our music? Again, leallegacy.com. Go down to our music banner and scope it out. Scope out all the AI generated music we do. I love it. I don't care. I'm not a musician. I'm not musically inclined. But you know what? I can write lyrics and I can decide what type of song those lyrics should fit on. And boom, a song is made. And they're pretty good. So check out, Leal Legacy Music and just tons of stuff. Beneath all the category banners, we have, our most recent posts, which is a lot of like these podcast episodes and the latest episodes from Legacy of Leal, like our holiday magic at Disney resorts and Disney Springs. We got Experience the Magic of Living with the Land, Glimmering Greenhouses at Walt Disney World. That's a POV ride through of living with the land, where it's all lit up and decorated for Christmas. Yeah. Lots of stuff up there, guys. So go spend some time scoping out our shop or scoping out our webpage and peruse our shop. If you don't want to buy anything because, the economy or whatever, the other miraculous best way to show your support is simply by following, subscribing, leaving a comment, leave a review. Tell your friends, spread the word, let people know what we're doing here. I'm out of breath. I gotta go to bed. And with all that being said, thanks for watching. And thanks for being a friend, telling a friend. And I will see you tomorrow.